Hi, I'm C.M. Vasquez, author of The Birdcage Society Falling, the first in an ongoing psychological mystery series. Welcome to Book Club. Today I'm going to be talking about Chapter 8 of Darkly Dreaming Dexter. This chapter starts off with the 72-hour briefing, and right off the bat we are introduced to a new character, Sergeant Dokes. He's described as a very large black man with an injured air of permanent hostility. And although he hates lab techs, he seems to hate Dexter most of all. Dokes says that Dexter gives him the creeps. And Dexter isn't surprised by this, but what he does find strange is that in a room full of cops, Dokes is the only one that's creeped out by him. Dokes actually tries to kick Dexter out of the meeting, stating there was zero reason for Dexter to be there, which he had a point, but of course Dexter can't really tell them the real reason why he's there, which is to support Deb and kind of make sure she stays on track. But he ends up being able to stay because LaGuerta and Dexter have a good rapport, so LaGuerta says to Dokes that Dexter can stay. LaGuerta starts off the meeting by talking about a bunch of nonsense that doesn't really matter. She talks about PR and the press, because of course she's more interested in the press and how she looks than solving the actual case. She actually gives everybody a headshot of herself that they can go ahead and talk to the press about. Finally, though, about an hour in, she asks the officers if they have any leads on any potential witnesses for the case, which, of course, they don't, because, as we know, the killer wasn't seen. Much to LaGuerta's surprise, of course, but not to Dexter's. LaGuerta states that somebody needs to find something, which causes Deb to pipe up with her own idea, or rather, Dexter's idea, about looking for a refrigerated truck. She stumbles over her words and sounds less than confident, which is expected, but I do wish that she had been more confident in her delivery. I doubt it would have saved her from LaGuerta's remarks and undermining behavior, but maybe it would have helped her gain at least some favor with the rest of the cops in the room. But basically, LaGuerta says that her theory is interesting, but she's grasping at straws, because the evidence, and LaGuerta does emphasize the word evidence, points to there being a witness. Now, I have to agree with Dexter's assessment in the previous chapter that LaGuerta is an idiot. And LaGuerta essentially tells Deb to stay in her lane and keep talking to the hookers. After the meeting, Deb is naturally very upset. She complains to Dexter that LaGuerta made her look stupid. But Dexter, with respect of course, says that Deb met LaGuerta halfway on that. And I find that candid response absolutely hilarious. But in all honesty, what did they both expect? Deb presented an idea that not only wasn't hers, but that she didn't fully understand. Dexter has had to hold Deb's hand through every lead he's given her. And he ends the interaction by telling her if she wants to be heard, all she has to do is find the refrigerated truck. I know, all she has to do, right? This one-woman show. I have faith in her, though. 3 days later, Deb reports back to Dexter with the news that she found the truck. The only problem is, it's mixed in with 22 other stolen refrigerated trucks. And since she couldn't search for all of them by herself, Dexter says there's nothing to do but wait. Now, he doesn't expressly say what we are waiting for, but I think we can infer that we are waiting for another murder, so we can get more information. And wait they did, for 2 more weeks. The chapter actually ends on a cliffhanger this time that urges the reader on to the next chapter. Now, I hope that in chapter 9, it gives us closure on that, and that the next chapter is not about something entirely different. Some writers do this, and although it's all in good fun, it can be aggravating sometimes. So I hope that's not the case. But if it is, it'll pick back up, I'm sure, in chapter 10. But we're going to find out together. Either way, join me on Wednesday for chapter 9. Bye.